Alright, what's going on, guys? So I'm gonna be going over the review in these videos. It's gonna be more than one video. So I'm gonna start off with number one. So number one says Joanna looked at the graph below and said that the domain is 0 is less than or equal to y, which is less than or equal to 18, and the range is 0 is less than or equal to y, which is less than 360. Okay, what mistakes did she make in her answers for domain and range? Alright, well, let's look at the domain. Well, domain, if you remember, is supposed to be x, right? So if you ever forget, just remember Radox. Range is your y, domain is your x. So the domain above is not correct because Joanna used y. That's it. That's all you have to write. The domain above is not correct because Joanna used y instead of using x. Alright, because our domain is x. Now the range above is not correct because, alright, so they say the range is from 0 all the way up to 360, but they're saying that 360 is not included. Well, if you look at the graph, it is touching 360. There's no empty circle, right? Remember, if it's a filled in circle, it's lined, and if there's an empty circle, there's no line at the bottom. Well, usually, if there's no circle at all, you usually go with this one. But since this one doesn't have an empty circle, this is not correct. So the range above is not correct because 360 should be included. Alright. So let's go down to the bottom. Now, according to the graph, what happens at 18 minutes? Okay, so let me go at 18 minutes, and I'm at 0. 0 what? Well, after 18 minutes, the height above the canyon floor is going to be 0. So according to the graph, what happens at 18 minutes? You can write at 18 mins, which stands for minutes, we will be on the ground. You could also say at 18 minutes, the height above the canyon floor would be 0. It's whichever one you prefer. Alright, the next question is the y-intercept is 0, 360. So another example that 360 should be included. In a complete sentence using words from the graph, what does the y-intercept mean? Well, pretty simple. You could just write at time 0, comma, the height above the canyon floor would be 360 feet. At time 0, the height above the canyon floor would be 360 feet. And that's it. Alright, that's video 1. If you need help on the following questions, you're going to keep on going to the next videos.